Hey everyone, and welcome to Never Split the Party. We are crazy late tonight. We were trying to get a little bit bigger, more exciting with our overlay, which in some usual style backfired dramatically. So we've got a quick ad hoc overlay for tonight. I will make Justin slave over the computer for the next week to make sure we don't run into issues next week, and we will kind of be at 8:30 again next Tuesday. Sorry about that, guys. For those of you just joining us, we are finally returning to Mostly Harmful. I know we took a bit of a break so that the numbering episode was kind of in question. We are still considering this part of season 2, episode 14. As you can see, if you're on the Twitch or on the YouTube or on the podcast, wherever you're finding us, you'll see that the episode title is season 2, episode 14. We just pulled the TV and pulled a mid-season break. The real reason why I'm doing it is because having a 13 episode season next to a 30 episode season from season 1 seems kind of imbalanced. I'm going to try and keep them all roughly 30 episodes. For those of you guys just joining us for the first time, again, podcast listeners, YouTube viewers, Twitch viewers, whomever, this is Mostly Harmful, our Starfinder campaign. If you're not familiar with Starfinder, it is Paizo's answer to Dungeons & Dragons in space. That's the really dumbed down description. It's really more involved than that, and I can go into it. And if you'd like to, check us out on Discord at bit.ly/neverdiscord. Or you can hit us up on Twitter. We are at NSTPcast. We're pretty responsive. And when I say pretty responsive, I literally never close those things down. So you will get me. Patrick has never opened either, so I tried.
Hey, it's the balance. Got to keep the balance.
I was in there once.
All right. If you guys want to know more about us, we can definitely talk about that later. I'm just going to get into the episode introductions because we're super late. I'll give a recap, but first I want the party to introduce themselves. My name is Dustin. I go by the Arbitrary Nerd, and I am the regular GM for Never Split the Party. Thank you, Chris, for having my back last month, and possibly in the future. For now, players, I don't care what order, make it up yourselves.
I'm going first because I don't believe in change. My name is Patrick, and I play Rai. He is a Lashunta envoy. He's the captain of this crew, and sometimes he's useful.
I'm Justin. I play Seeker, the android technomancer, who is also the science operator on the ship. And I almost said mixed martial artist, which is not what he is. Mixed media artist, but he uses that term liberally.
My name's Michael, and I'm playing Zero, the android operative, also the ship's pilot, and saw this thing with Skidamanders where that envoy was a lot more useful than ours.
Oh, that's weird because it's the future, but I'll cover that too.
I'm Chris, and I play Mila Dotwood Abigail, the ship's engineer. He's also a Yosoki mechanic.
He was there too.
Or not. I know I haven't been here for a while. I'm the boy who left. My name is Nick, and I'm playing... Oh, wait, I can't tell you that yet.
Spoilers, don't do that. I got this weird shape on my ceiling that wasn't there before. Weird.
It's probably water leaking into your house.
It kind of looks like it, or
alien water stain.
I don't like it either way.
I bet it's cat piss.
No, I'm standing in the cat piss. This is a... Okay, that's fine. Back to focus. My lovely party has all been introduced. Nick is kind of hidden behind a spoiler wall because at the end of our 13th episode, Brawl, his previous character, a Yosoki soldier, decided to stay back on Verces to support his sister, to support things on home planet, and to kind of get away from things for a little while to get, his own stuff going on. I don't anticipate Nick returning to Brawl, but we'll see. Brawl is out in the universe for now. They left him on Verces in a bit of a rush. The bounty hunter Krellis, who's been hot on the tail of specifically Miller, was meeting with the leader of the Resistance, which has been run by a guy by the name of Vermilion Blur, a Kasathan that has been helping the party out here and there. And they made their daring escape when they stole a freighter bound for Eox, which was their destination anyways. Eox is the big picture, the planet of the undead. It is a planet ruled by space liches, I guess is the best way to say that. Eoxians, and they are crazy powerful undead who, way back when, when their planet was dying, decided to turn themselves, undead forever. Just roll with it. That was their answer. Planet's dying, sure, why not? Let's do that. I will go more into Eox and how it is known in the Pact Worlds right now. Our version of the Pact Worlds and the Starfinder verse is homebrew. We're not following any adventure paths. I don't use any material knowingly from the adventure paths. So things are in some areas very different than what you might expect in the usual Starfinder campaign. You guys boarded a ship by the name of the Rusted Chrome. You stole it from the folks. You did not steal them. You left them back on Verces. You guys are made up of the party plus one. You have the fabulous space pirate known as Dustinian. And I'm trying to think, is there anything else for that end recap that you guys want me to go into? Anything you feel is worth bringing up from the last couple episodes we dealt with last time with Mostly Harmful?
I know that Rye ran into something as we were running back to the ship.
Ran into something?
Yeah, there was something that he ran into.
Oh, right. Rye was hiding from combat with Brawl, I believe.
Against Brawl, yeah.
The Brawl had a brawl out with the party as like a test himself, and when he lost, he decided that he needed more time to train. That's right. That's where I left off. He encountered some sort of stalker that was using rooftops and some sort of, I think, goop was mentioned. And when Rye finally acknowledged it and found it, it fled. So definitely some weird pursuit going on there.
Yeah,
Also,
I totally remember that. Definitely didn't need that reminder. Totally remembered that.
Interesting note. People who've kind of in the party who've been Eox is the home of one of the people who've kind of taken over the Pact Worlds, one of the leaders of the Triumvirate. The party doesn't really know them. That's not something they've really interacted with. It's just they have a source there, and they know that that's something they're kind of trying to deal with, being that they're right now outlawed by the people who took over the Pact Worlds. Let's see, Zero has some background reason to go because he's got some secret mysterious object that might be waiting for him somewhere in Eox, and I'm pretty sure he knows this. If not, spoilers, Michael.
I don't think I do.
You'll figure it out, and I can retcon it that you maybe had some background info there because it should have come with your first box. I just don't think I ever told you. For Seeker, Seeker I think got some cryptic words from one of the final antagonists that we dealt with, which was an android that looked very similar to Seeker and went by the name of Nate or Nat3. I believe the party all knows very different levels of information, and our viewers know the bulk of it. So I recommend going back and watching that last arc on Verces because that was a lot of fun, and there's a lot of background stuff for both Ryan Seeker's relationship and then Seeker just his whole ish. For now, though, because I try to keep my party somewhat segregated in terms of what they know, we're going to get right into the trip to Eox, where the party was kind of aboard the Rusted Chrome. I'm going to get to that. Any parting comments before we start this episode?
I'm really glad to be back, and let's do this, guys.
You're not back. Stay quiet.
Actually, Nick, you need to shut up until your character comes on screen.
Wait, does that mean he needs to take off his headphones?
Actually, no.
Oh.
Actually, no.
What if we choose not to meet his character?
Well, unfortunately, you don't really have that option as Rye. You duck quickly behind a metal crate, avoiding singeing laser fire going over your head. You give a curse or shout. I'm not really sure what Rye would say. Probably
Curse.
Yeah, okay. You guys are under attack. You've been under attack for the past half hour. The Rusted Chrome was swallowed whole by a much larger vessel. You were gassed out of the ship and forced into a hangar bay. We don't have, for our overlay, we couldn't get Roll20 to function with everything and fit. I blame Justin, who blames me, so it's a circle blaming. But if my players can roll over to Roll20, I will have the map up for you, and then I'll describe the setting. You guys are starting right in the thick of it. All right, everyone got that open?
Oh, yeah.
You guys are in a large hangar bay that has, again, completely swallowed your ship. Your ship's viewport has been smashed in, and any ventilation that was left of, like, to the outside has been shoved full of different mechanisms that have just been pumping toxic gas into the ship. As such, you have all, gasping and coughing, exited and quickly got behind the first cover you could. As
You're an
what
android
appears,
that doesn't need to
sorry,
breathe.
what was that?
I said, unless you're an android that doesn't need to breathe, survive a
Uh,
vacuum of space.
it's
corrosive.
corrosive and toxic. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Chris's GM skill getting used to putting up with Michael's bullshit. I like it.
I didn't give him a hard time.
You didn't actually.
You bastards.
They were actually very well behaved.
As you guys are gasping and spluttering, you got behind cover, which it seems some shipping containers, mostly empty, discarded husks, but nice, sturdy metal, and able to intercept the oncoming laser blast coming from the apparent horde of pirates that funnel into this hangar bay. Right now, as you hunker down and quickly pop your heads over, you see that there are 6 of these interlopers. They're in varying states of armor, some wearing full spacesuits, others not, and you see a mix of species. There are some species you probably don't see too much in the Pact world, but then you get your usual. There's a Vesk. There is what looks to be maybe a human, and there's a couple of species you don't immediately have a name for, levying different sizes of laser rifles and blasters at you and firing at will. Behind them, and they are all hunkering down between rows of boxes that it seems that they've kind of put up as a barricade for this exact encounter. Behind them, shouting orders, is a humanoid-looking wolf, which some of you would recognize as a Vlaka. Nick, am I right on that? Vlaka?
That's what I'm going with.
Okay, Vlaka, that's how we're saying it.
For lack of a better word.
Sidebar: 1, not Nick's character. 2, Vlaka are literally the last entry in Paizo's new Alien Archive 2, which is actually almost really awesome, bar one oversight. They added a goddamn slug race, and as that triggers my phobia hard, I don't remember their name, but I have said that they are extinct in our Starfinder, so don't even try it.
Except for me, my character is going to be one of those if I ever
Nope.
die.
No, well, crap. Now I have to keep Rye alive. Shit.
Plot armor.
This,
Brawl is okay with it somewhere.
I will pour salt on it.
No, God, everything about slugs. I don't want to talk about it.
You don't
Either way,
actually get
this
to see it,
Starfucks
though.
looking dude is kind of pointing at you guys as he pops a grenade and looks like he's ready to chuck it. The hangar bay looks like it is well lived in. If you look kind of up, and the way I have the map oriented, but I'll say it's off to your left, there's actually training target dummies in there, scorched with laser blasts. There are different barrels, cracked, shattered, smashed, left out. In the middle of this hangar, somewhere between you and the pirates who are shooting well across the hangar, are these large doors that are built into the floor. Your ship is off to your right, still smoking this corrosive, noxious gas. And there are some lockers, which seem to have some different equipment, somewhat haphazardly tucked into them, just kind of hanging down there to your right. Yeah, let's go with that. Could I have everyone roll initiative? Don't everyone roll at once.
I did
Oh,
12.
sure.
I need 70, 20, because there are 7 pirates in the room right now. And I will assign these arbitrarily a bit. And all right. Do I have a pen?
17.
Thanks for rolling a lot higher than me, guys.
There we go. All right. So for my party, what are my? Can someone take a look at it and give me them in highest to lowest?
It is 0 at 28, Seeker at 21, Rye at 17, and Miller at 12.
Miller crushing it. All right.
Yeah.
All right. And then for my pirates,
Oh, that's what they are? They're pirates?
I did say that.
I know, I'm just kidding.
The slightly red tinted red fellow up top is he rolled a 14, and then we have
You guys should look out for the Megazord.
12. Yeah, I was doing Power Rangers a little bit there, huh? 11, 15, 18. Looks like Zero and Seeker are going to go before all of the pirates. And then I got some things I'll have to do math out, so don't worry about that. I'm going to work on that. Zero, what are you up to?
All right. So seeing that he's readying a grenade, my first instinct is to spread out. So Zero is going to move north through the room and get into what he sees is probably the only little bit of cover.
Yeah, you're able to kind of skirt across, dodging the incoming laser fire and duck behind a really smashed up crate. It looks like that might have used to hold grenades and one went off inside of it, but it is enough shrapnel to get behind and it's deflecting their laser blast well enough.
Are these things in the middle some type of cover, or is it like...
Those are like doors built into the floor.
Okay, so they're just flat terrain, basically.
Yeah, they'd be simple to move over. They do not raise. They're not raised surfaces, but it does look like they do open to the either a basement level below, a floor below. It could be even like an engineering duct, like to get in and work on stuff. Not immediately sure what they are. It's not immediately apparent.
And I believe I'm going to shoot at the pirate that is the southernmost. I'm just trying to check the distance.
So yeah, you do that.
So it's about 60 feet. I'm pretty sure all the weapons are like 70 or higher.
Yeah, I think you're fine. Also, talk about what kind of weapon you're using, because it has been a little while since we've hung out with Zero, and I don't remember if you bought anything on the way.
So Zero actually carries 4 different weapons. He carries a tactical knife, a semi-automatic pistol, a laser pistol, and a sniper rifle. For this instance, based on what he's mostly been coming across, he's going to use this laser pistol. And he will attempt to trick attack this guy from cover.
Okay.
22 against his, what is it? Challenge rating plus 20.
Challenge rating plus 20. It was a 22. Yeah,
Yep.
you're fine. You got it.
All right.
Oh,
Then
wait. Sorry. Challenge rating plus 20. No, you did not trick them. I'm sorry.
All right. And then it was 12 to hit against EAC.
12 to hit against EAC. Yeah, he manages to duck behind that locker set that he's behind, and your shot misses, goes wide. Next in the order, Seeker, what are you up to?
Okay, so, I think they're a little bit too far away to throw a grenade. Right? What was the range on grenades? I'm trying to remember.
It's 20 feet. So, for every 20 feet beyond that, it increases the DC by 5.
It's a DC what, like 10?
DC 5.
DC 5?
DC 5. So it doubles the DC every, or adds 5 every. So if you want to hit them, where are you?
You're about
it'd be 55 feet.
So it would be a DC of 15.
15?
Wasn't there an
not
equipment
terrible.
that let you throw them better, that made let you propel them better? Am I making that up?
I think there might be a feat, but
Yeah, it
I'm not
probably
sure.
is.
How
I
are
thought
you
I saw
guys-
Terrible.
Where did the ruler thing go?
It's the 4th one down.
Yeah, it looks
You
different now.
It's a
Either
circle with a
snap to
ruler.
corner or snap to center.
Oh, that's weird.
Oh, okay.
Roll 20 got fancy when I was away.
And my base attack bonus, what I would be
Hot
using.
damn.
For feet, Dustin, do you want us to use snap to center or snap to corner?
Plus 7.
Corner's fine.
You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna cook a grenade. So I'm gonna use my spell grenade ability. Use a resolve point to cast inject nanobots into a spell grenade. Or actually,
Okay, so-
into a just a frag grenade level 5.
And that's your action, right?
Yep.
All right. Next up is the Vlaka, and he's going to hum this grenade at you guys. What is? Did they come with? Let's
DC
see.
15.
It's got to be a 15.
Yes.
Thank you for doing the math for me, because I don't like math. Do not like.
Out of
math.
curiosity, Justin, what happens if you fail your throw with a spell grenade?
It just goes off wherever it goes off.
Well, I mean, do you have to target somebody with the spell?
I mean, I
mean,
can choose a
grenade
target
damage.
for the spell to hit as if it.
I imagine the spell just probably fizzles.
Yeah, if it's a friendly thing, I wouldn't be able to hit you guys.
All right, where is
The
this
grenade
guy?
would hit you, but my spell wouldn't because I wouldn't hit you with my spell.
Well, Star Fox has no bonus to strength. That's a
Oh.
bummer. All right, so he's got to beat a 15.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what we got. I rolled a 11. Okay, and that means the grenade does hit somewhere, right?
Yeah. So it's going to hit around, what is that? So it only beat 1 increment. So it around the halfway mark.
halfway mark.
Yeah, like right-ish here.
All right. And his grenade was, I believe, a new fun one, which was. Oop, that page disappeared. I will just say
26.
that one shoots out electricity throughout the floor as it triggers.
Because he wants to save the fun one for when he hits.
Well, I'm giving him infinite grenades, so fuck you guys. Pardon my French. I forgot we don't swear in this episode this season. Whoops. Hey, Justin, edit this out.
We're gonna edit this. We're gonna edit this.
Right, broke my own rule. Episode 14, but first return. Yeah, nailed it.
And Dustin's the one that forgot.
And you should see what his book looks like.
My book? What? I don't. What?
You
The
were
fact
off
that he
for
doesn't know
reason.
makes it all the better.
Exactly.
Do not like. Okay, all right, that's what that does. Actually, instead of electricity, it is it's called I think a web grenade,
Yeah.
an explosion of what looks to be sticky substance, like Patrick's computer after he logs off. Covers the floor, making that area difficult terrain.
For how many rounds?
It doesn't immediately tell me.
Which grenade was it?
Web grenade
one?
2, and I
Two?
think it covers 10 feet. It looks like
Yep, 10 feet for 2d4 rounds.
2d4. All right, I will get you that.
Wanna put it on the thing?
I'm gonna draw.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's going to be 4 rounds.
Yeah.
So it's a 10-foot.
And then he hunkers down behind the other pirate in front of him, and he yells, "Davy, get him!" And,
What? An envoy telling someone to get him?
Oh, no.
Envoy doing their job?
That was just a happy coincidence. He is not an envoy. And
Where's Gazagaz when you need him?
Right?
let's see. Where is?
Can we trade for Gazagaz?
Oh,
Which, if anybody listening to this that doesn't know who Gazagaz is, he was the envoy that we had in our skitter shot, or one-shot campaign that Chris put on.
Our one-shot campaign that took 4 episodes by design.
Yep.
Question on that: are all of those episodes on YouTube now?
It
Yes.
should be.
If you want to catch,
they sure are.
if you want to watch those 4 episodes, I'll make sure there's a special playlist for them tonight, and I'll also throw them on our Twitter. But eyeball that. That's going to actually be bit.ly/neveryoutube, and you can check out all of our past episodes, including the special Skittermander arc run by Christopher.
And we're putting that
and-
on our SoundCloud or wherever we're putting our audio stuff. So
See,
audio people, you should probably watch that if you want to watch it on YouTube.
And
Yeah,
you'll see me play an envoy better than Rye, which is great.
100%.
I guess if we get enough popular demand for me to make audio versions of that, I'll do it, and I won't even make Justin do it like I'm doing with all the other ones. But he just shot me a dirty look. I will. Otherwise, they will stay YouTube only episodes, mostly because most of the side stuff does not get converted to audio podcast stuff. I want YouTube and Twitch to have something kind of just theirs. If you guys hang out for the after party, I'll be talking a little bit more about some changes in terms of some things that are staying in certain areas. Nothing major, but hang out in the after party if you're here. After party being a Twitch thing. Let's see. All right, that's fine. The next one up is the southernmost for the map. It's going to be on your guys. It's on your right. The guy who ducked down behind the lockers and got shot at by Zero already. He yells over, and what does he yell? Let's see. He yells, "Rourke!" This is the Vesk down here in the south. Rourke, you said non-lethal? Are you sure? Ugh. And he pops another grenade, and he's actually going to chuck it at you guys as well. And that's going to be a 15, but I think he's farther away. Let's see. Snap to corner.
Was that clearly loud enough for everybody to hear?
Yeah. Let's see. It
As
would have
long as
been
you're within 60 feet, you're good.
awesome. Lands it right between Rye and Seeker. And this grenade is not a web grenade. He uses, there's another lovely non-lethal grenade, which was, there's a new one. Where did it go? It looks like it's the Riot Grenade 3. Let's see.
The rye grenade?
Riot. The Riot.
The rye
Grenade,
grenade?
you bastard.
The Rye grenade explodes on self.
Oh god, that only does 1d8. That's unfortunate. Is there a bigger one? Nope. Oh, there is a bigger one. Screw it. He's using a level 4 riot grenade for this.
Holy mother.
A rye grenade?
Riot grenade, you rat bastard. Let's see. That's 2d10. Non-lethal. If you're hit, you're staggered, and it's got a range of 20 feet. I believe it's just a reflex save, and it's a level 11 grenade that I gave him, so good luck. So go ahead and make reflex saves, everyone in 20 feet of them, which is, let me pop back up. I have this on
Everybody but me.
everyone but 0? Okay.
You need to roll one for Destinian as well.
I rolled a 16.
16?
I
It's a
rolled
level
a
11 grenade. What would the
25.
save be? Chris,
Um,
look that up while I roll damage, please.
So probably 21 plus something.
That seems high.
10 plus half the grenade's item level plus the dexterity modifier.
The dex mod is going to be +3.
All
Half
right,
the
so it's a
level is
DC
5.
18.
What was that?
DC 18.
DC 18. What'd you roll?
I rolled a 16, so I get hit.
All right.
Y does not. Seeker gets hit.
Thank you, Christopher. Where are my D10s? That's a D10. That's a D10. All right. And the total damage is going to be 17.
17.
Again, it is non-lethal.
Which
So
works regular. It actually hits your stamina points. The only difference is once it brings your hit points down to 0, you're just unconscious.
So I did not get hit?
You did not. You actually take half that.
you got
so-
hit, but you saved.
All right.
And then staggered effect. Let's see. Do I have
How many hit points did it hit for? I'm sorry.
17? So cut in half, and I believe round down.
Yeah.
Do I have staggered on here? For all of my lovely cards, I don't think staggered is one of them. Oh, off kilter? No, off target. Damn. Paralyzed? Staggered. Aha. Your reactions are slowed. You can take a single move action or standard action each round, but not both. Nor can you take full actions. You can still take swift actions, but no reactions. Right, you're not staggered, I believe, because you made the save. Anyone who did not is staggered.
How many rounds? Just the one?
It looks like it's just the one. It didn't give me a time for that. And it doesn't give me a time for that here either.
Yeah. So one action?
Yep.
Okay. Whose turn?
Oh, so sorry. Rye is up.
So I wasn't sure.
Wait, didn't Miller roll? No, Miller rolled like crap. Rye, you're up.
Okay. How many of the enemies have attacked, including not including the pirate, the head honcho there?
Only one so far.
Only one.
Technically, they're all attacking you as they came into the hangar bay, but in terms of this combat round, only one has attacked so far.
Only the one. Okay. Okay. Originally, I was going to try a feint to get him basically surprised or flat-footed, but I'm gonna be mad because they're launching grenades at me.
That's your thing.
Yeah, that's my goddamn thing. All right, so what? Chris, you do all of the work with the grenade math, so I'm going to be utilizing an incendiary 3, or I'm sorry, incendiary level 2. If you could look up that damage.
I think it's 2d6.
The thing in front of me.
It is.
2d6 and 1d6 burn.
Cool. The thing in front of me. What would I need to roll to hop over it sexily? Acrobatics. I know that, but
probably just a DC 10. It's only, I mean, you have to crouch behind it to get the cover bonus.
Literally can't fail. I got a +9 in my roll, so.
All right, yeah, you're fine.
Okay, so my speed, I don't remember because it's been so long. What's everyone else's base speed? 30.
Probably still 30.
Mine's
I don't think
50.
you're Shut up, Michael.
For now, it'll be 70 soon.
Yeah, I'm not making map 70 hexes long or 70 squares long anymore because it's just too damn big. So you fast, okay?
Okay, so I'm just screw this, and I leap over and I haul ass across the room.
Yep.
Where I'm probably gonna die.
Yep.
And I lob a grenade right dead center to
the wolf who was identified as Rourke. Davy, whom he patted on the shoulder and said, "Get him." And yeah, okay, I see that. You
Yeah.
got
It
a
should just
cluster
be
of
a
pirates.
DC 10, Patrick.
What was that?
DC 10.
DC 10.
Strength check.
Please roll a 1.
It's this plus strength.
Yep.
12.
Oh, your strength is
got it.
crap.
Yeah, my strength.
Why you
it
throw so
should-
many grenades?
Well, no, it should still be your plus your base attack bonus.
Oh, it's a bab.
Oh,
Oh, my
Yeah,
bad.
it's bad
Oh.
plus your strength.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, it's enough. You did hit it.
All right, cool. So it's 2d6 plus 1d6.
And they get a reflex save. I will roll arbitrarily in order.
Okay, so I dealt 6 damage and then an additional 6 fire damage to them.
All right.
To
So
all of them.
So
Vlaka-
the reflex saved. Rye, what is your dex modifier?
they didn't make it. Only the wolf did. The other two rolled like 11 and 12. So
My-
even with the base, you got it. Even with the item level, I think you're fine.
Okay. So with that distance, the blah blah blah. So corner to corner, I hit here. Does that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it has to be
it's
corner.
25
Yeah, so you hit the corner, the vertices is what it's called.
Right. So I'm gonna hit between those 3.
Yep.
So they each take 12, with 6 of that being fire damage.
Yeah, that's not a bad hit. The two
With
in
my
front.
swift action, I shout out, "That's how you throw a grenade, you twit!" And
Did
then
you
I realized, no,
Swift action to speak.
huh?
Did you just swift action to speak?
It's not actually a swift action.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine.
I
I'm gonna
realized what I
burn
said
the
afterwards, and
reaction
that's
so
why I
get a
messed
little
up
bit of
saying
gas.
twit, because I realized I messed up in general.
Yeah, the two guys in front who are like hunkered behind those boxes, they curse and swear in a couple different languages. I think Rye probably knows most of them, and they like pat the fire off of their back. And the wolf kind of pulls one of the guys in front of him to block some of the damage, actually, and then throws him back at the crate, and that's why he actually doesn't get the full brunt. He rolled a nat 20. So he was
The boxes that they're around, what are they made out of?
metal. Everything here seems like it's steel. This room is a hangar, so all these things are heavily bolted or magnetized to the floor in some way, and they're very, very, very thick metal.
So if they're made out of metal, they would be very, very hot to the touch now.
I mean, the fire would actually have to have lived on them for a little bit, so probs not.
I was trying to be creative.
I like what you're going. I appreciate it. That's actually a good point now to talk about a small change I've made into how we're handling resolve points. We took a break to play Supernatural using the Cortex system, and one of the things I really liked about the system was how they used plot points, I think they called it, or something like that. We're using resolve points as a lesser form of plot points now, where the players can spend a plot point or a couple of plot points to change the game state in a way, generally in their favor, to help advance the story or help pull off cool, stupid shit, or to help them remember something that would have been obvious to them, but like forgot, and we don't want to have to like figure out, well, did they or didn't they? Spend a couple of your resolve points and I'll give it to you. Now, that's not how Starfinder technically uses resolve points, but I find that most of the characters here don't use resolve points, so they've just been a pool of untapped resources. If you guys have more questions, either viewers or players, how those work, we can hash it out in game and talk about it in Discord or over Twitter and talk about some alterations. It's a small homebrew that I think will make for some more cinematic play in Starfinder. Again, I'm not using it the way Supernatural did, because Supernatural says you spend a bunch, you basically break the game. Not doing that, but we're using it as just a way to help things a little bit smoother. So if you want to spend a plot point and say something inside one of those, or a resolve point, say something inside one of those containers was maybe the thing combustible. That's the ticket.
I would love to utilize a resolve point to state that one of those held black powder.
A space technology black powder, sure. Yeah, I don't actually have a way, because this
Demo
map is
charges is still useful.
One of them was a red crate.
yes, one of them was a red crate. It exploded, and we'll have it be the one that was in front of my slightly orange fellow. Oh, okay, cool. That's not okay. Fine. So the crate I've slightly scribbled over it has actually exploded, showering shrapnel and more flame onto actually all 3 of them. I'll give them another reflex save real quick. That wolf rolled literal another nat 20. That's ridiculous. The other guy rolled 17. He's good. And orange rolled a 2. He's not good. Your grenade did 2d6. Is that what it was?
It was 2d6 plus 1d6 fire damage.
Yeah, so they are now on fire. The ones that did not save are on fire. They take the 1d6, which I believe you rolled was a 6.
Okay.
So they take that at the beginning of their turn. At the end of their turn, they get a save for it. If they save, they're no longer on fire.
All right. They also took 9 more points of damage from the exploding crate, which puts them up to 21 total damage, except for the wolf who halved that, which is, we'll call that 4, which brings him up to 10 total damage. Okay, perfect. All right, and that orange fellow, the slightly orange tinted fellow, which is the guy who is front and slightly to the right of the wolf facing you guys, no longer has cover. It's just kind of standing out there in the open. Next up is my green tinted fellow who is okay. He's the one who's down here. He's hunkered actually behind a table that is I didn't on the app it's not look well, but he flipped over a table, and as he kind of got flipped over when he came in, you could hear it being magnetically sealed to the floor. It looks like everything in here is built because it is a hangar. They know what they're doing. At least they're not complete idiots. He runs over to the wall by the door. So he runs past one of his friends who's kind of still got his gun trained on Rye, who's running across like an idiot. He runs up behind Rourke, the Vlaka, and he slaps a big red button on the wall. That big red button opens the floor panel, the large 20 by 20 floor panel that Rye, the fearless captain of the Indecision, and also for a while the Rusted Chrome, gets dunked into a pit. Rye, you've got a slight reflex save. It'll help save some of the damage you're about to incur, but otherwise you are going into the pit.
I hope you're ready to fight a Rancor.
Is it I do a reflex save to avoid falling into the pit, or I'm going in?
You're going in. It's more fun.
20, you're not going.
More fun for you.
Roll me a nat 20. I will let you not only get out, but I'll also let you get a... What? No.
No one's making you re-roll that tonight.
Yeah, that's true. Steve is like, nope.
I have never been gifted a reroll.
Hey, don't worry, I haven't either.
Yeah, everyone loves Brawl and Seeker.
I think I've been given a reroll once, and I think it was because I was trying to hit like one of you.
Most people do
I
enjoy
think it was Miller.
All right, party. I had the pit being full of basically like just more gas. It's where they basically keep some of their knockout gas. Does anyone want anything more fun in there?
What the hell are you talking about? Yeah, pillows.
All right.
Ball pit.
Crabs.
Plushes.
I think
I'm
there should
gonna
be
roll
crabs.
I'm gonna roll a
Would
D6.
literally be more fun.
Ooh, crabs would be cool.
Crabs.
I'm gonna roll a D6. A 3 is crabs, space crabs. 1 is
Oh, wait, I got one.
More
Krellis.
slimes.
Krellis.
no, Krellis is elsewhere, unfortunately.
How
Krellis
about
is
more slimes?
hopefully still on Versus. More slimes? They probably wouldn't keep that on their ship.
Dude, you can only get so pregnant.
All right, 3 is crabs, 1 is least harmful, 6 is most harmful. I'm gonna roll as D6. What do we got? I got a 5.
That's mostly harmful.
It is mostly harmful. All right. So without your reflex save, what you fall into is it's a variety of stockpile. It looks like it's where they keep maybe some loot that they've stolen. However, they've positioned it in such a way that it is kind of self-defensive. And what I mean to say that is they have a bunch of swords that they have like stuck into the ground roughly, and so they're sticking up like it's a spiked pit trap. And as you fall, you manage to land on like 3 different swords because of your terrible roll. One of them piercing clean through your shoulder and giving you, let's give me some damage there. And this will be non-lethal damage if you're keeping track, Patrick. I'm not sure if you...
How is a sword non-lethal?
I said I'm sorry, it's not non-lethal. I must have missed a word. It is not non-lethal.
So you could have said lethal.
Yeah, but I don't like that. That just sounds mean.
So you like double negatives instead?
Yes.
Okay. Just
21 points of damage. And you are not necessarily prone, but you're at the point where you're kind of stuck. You're going to spend an action removing yourself from that blade, which is likely going to be more painful. And I'll give him another round. I have to push the second button for now. So now you're just stuck on some swords. That being said, you didn't fall that far. I'd say only about 10 feet down.
Right.
So all the paint is from the blade work that they've kind of makeshift. And again, anyone looking over it, it looks like a bunch of like sword spears stuck up around some ill-gotten gains, like some golden loot and some other weapons just down there in the hold of the ship.
Are those archaic weapons though?
No, none of them are archaic.
Oh, wow.
Even the blades are actually modern bladed weapons. They just have used them as a bit of protection. It looks like they kind of do this like swallow ship, gas them out routine pretty often. So they've made this pit trap out of what they had laying around. What you should be getting is that they're a little on the engineering side, but they are also, kind of lazy. Next up, that was him. Miller, you're up.
All right, question for you. You said this battle has been going on for a while?
Nah, I'd say probably 5 or so minutes. You guys are kind of disoriented.
So would it be safe to assume that I have someone targeted?
I will allow you to have someone targeted, sure.
All right. I guess for all intents and purposes, I'll have the big wolf guy who's been issuing orders.
Rourke.
Targeted. Rourke. I do only have one action, and because I am all sorts of staggered, so just kind of turns into to Seek and says, "Well, now he decides to be the hero, huh?" As he lifts up his large, the plasma cannon, kind of props it up and fires a shot right at Rourke. Target ranged, 19.
Oh, 19, which means I need to pull up his character sheet. Which
Probably EAC, since you need to know that.
Yes, EAC.
EAC is 18. What'd you roll?
19.
Hit him.
It also explodes in 5, so hits all the 3 guys around him too.
Those guys are not pleased.
So range damage. It is a 19.
Woof.
Ouch.
Woof. All right, what's this guy's health? Oh, he's okay, but his friends are not.
Describe
right.
your kills.
Waka is going to be, he's taken 29 points of damage right now. And his homeboy's 19.
It makes any difference. It's both electricity and fire.
Doesn't make any difference for them. They don't like it. Are they gone yet? Oh, so the two in front of him are like bleeding out, scorched, fried, looking like garbage. Still managing to look as menacing as they can, but they are not in a good way. And since you were staggered, that's your action?
Yep.
So we are going to go down the line. It is the last 3 guys, orange, blue, and purple. Orange says, "Don't worry, Rourke, I got this one." And he kind of runs out from his cover and he attempts to jump. I moved the cover explosion. He attempts to jump. He runs out from where his cover has already exploded. He staggers a bit more because he's quite hurt. And he attempts to jump down into the same pit with Rye. And I'm going to give him the same reflex save that I gave you. His reflex is +6. Oh. He slips with his nat 1, falls on top of Rye, gets impaled on the same sword, but expires as it is punctured through his chest, where one of his hearts, from whatever alien species he is ruptured and begins to leak out of the sword onto the Lashunta captain you all know and love.
Now, question. Whose blood is all over Rye?
Yes.
Yes, that's what I thought.
Next one up is the guy I have colored, so he's dead. Is Davy. Davy yells, "Samsung!" and runs out. That's right, now he's a phone company or whatever Samsung sells. And he tries to jump in and do the same thing.
Oh, man.
Oh my God. One of these
Oh my
kids
God,
keep
he
killing
rolled a
themselves
1.
on my lawn.
I legit, it didn't even roll. I just picked it up and dropped it, and it was like 1. That's what I want to see.
Rip Davy and Samsung.
That's all I can think of now is Dale and Tucker vs. Evil. Why do these kids keep killing themselves on my lawn?
College kid just threw himself into my wood chipper.
Davey, who also had, I think, 10 health left, punctures himself on the same blade that has pinned Rye and his friend Samsung, and he also expires. Yeah.
Can Can Rye get out of this situation? Does he have the strength to lift 2 bodies just dead weight on top of him?
I don't think so.
Is there blood getting into his blood?
Yeah. It's whose blood is Rye covered in?
Is he gonna get
All
the
right.
spades?
Next up is the purple guy, and the purple guy says, "What? Why wouldn't you just hit the gas release?" And he takes a step backward, stops a different red button on the wall, and toxic nerve gas begins filling the bay, which then shuts above you, Rye, as you slowly fade blissfully at this point from consciousness. We are down to Justinian, who faints at the sight of all of the bodies bleeding on top of Rye and the damage he took from the grenade. Just because I don't want to have to deal with another character. And over the intercom, you guys, shoot Rye.
Hold up. Yeah, I want to do a swift reaction, and I'll use another resolve point.
Sure.
I take out my Ion and Stone. That makes it so I don't have to breathe.
I'll allow it. Sure. You are still trapped in the bottom of this hold, and the door's shut above you, and it is in darkness. I don't know. I don't remember what Lucian's eyesight's like. But no, you're fine. Yeah, the Ion Stone, you flick into life. Actually, I'll allow that. That's fine.
I wouldn't go so far as to say fine.
Okay. That's all right. You'll get better. It's okay. So Justinian faints away, and he says, "Boy, I've had enough of this." Drops to the floor. And over the intercom, there's like crackles and scratches, and a new voice joins the fray, so to speak. Nick, what do my players hear over the comm?
Round them up, boys, but keep them alive.
All right. Let's see. We'll go to the bottom of the order. The doors behind Rourke, the wolf, open up, and 2 more pirates run in, and they shout out, "For Bladetail!" And they kind of charge into the fray. I'll add them to the bottom of the order.
Hamlet!
What? Did I screw it up? What's the name?
Tailblade.
Tailblade? What did I say? Oh, Blade. I switched up. Oh, damn it. For Tailblade. I like mine better.
I was torn between the two.
I think Blade Tail's a thing. Isn't that a dragon in Harry Potter or some shit?
That's the Hungarian horntail.
Maybe I'm thinking of that. No, it's fine. Tailblade's fine. For Tailblade, they rush out. Did you give me a pirate group name?
No.
The pirate group name. I'll get back to you on this one. Parenthetical. Awesome. Vlaka, the wolf. As we go to the top of the order, it will be Zero's turn. Vlaka says, "You heard him. If you'd like to surrender now, we'll at least keep you alive." Well, maybe not the Lashunta. I'm not so sure. But the rest of you.
Are you guys after the ship?
No, we're after something a little bit more valuable.
You hear over the intercom,
"I'm famous, but not that famous."
I'm gonna assume that comes over their speakers, and maybe it's loud enough. The wolf's got good hearing, right?
He's probably using the dead guys.
Okay. nice. he wipes some blood off.
Is this thing on?
Vlaka says, "Actually, you're more famous than you think then, Pact Breaker." And we're at the top of the order, Zero. You gonna accept conditional surrender?
Nope, I'm shooting at Rourke.
All right. He did lose his person cover, so he's actually going to be without cover right now.
Yep. So while shooting from this cover, I'm going to attempt to trick attack him with a 34.
Yep. He tricked.
So I'm going to make him flat-footed
All right.
till my next turn. And 22 EAC.
Hits.
That is 19 damage.
19? Oh, that's a lot. Is that a 7 or a 9? I'm going to say it's a 9. I'm going to round it up. You said, sorry, total again?
19.
Okay, so he's taken, it looks like 48 points of damage. That shot grazes up against his face, scars away some of his fur, and chips off a part of the lower part of his, upright ears. And he begins bleeding visibly, and he he for the first time looks actually annoyed at Zero specifically, and he snarls with his wolf snout, curling up in a kind of a nasty fashion. Are you doing anything else with your turn?
Just so that I have it in my other hand, I'm going to draw my knife.
All right, Seeker, you're up.
All right,
Seeker, are you going to
is-
accept their unconditional or conditional surrender?
Well, Seeker's staggered right now and doesn't really know what's going on. Just, ooh, pretty lights. So when Miller was talking to him, he just kind of like totally ignored him entirely. Didn't
Good.
know about Rye going anywhere because he's kind of like just out of it. And just has this grenade in his hands. So he's like, all right, I guess I'll throw it. So I think it's gonna be a DC 15.
Yep.
Yep. Plus my base attack bonus. 6. No, it does not.
Is that landing on Ryan them?
Probably.
No, that's not enough to get past 20 feet. 5, 10, 15, 20. It's right at the edge of the pit.
Yeah. So it just explodes and the thing goes off. So yeah, it's not gonna do anything.
No, that's all right. After Seeker is the Vlaka again. Now let's see.
Now he's on fire.
Okay.
Oh wait, how long
No,
am I
he-
staggered
He's
for?
on boil.
He was the only one who made the save. The guys who are burning are now steadily burning on top of Rye.
How long am I staggered for, by the way?
You're done now.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Dan. Let's see. What is his other nasty grenade? What did he have? I upped that one. Oh, there's another Rye grenade. Yeah, screw it. He's
A
gonna
rye grenade.
He's gonna pull out a giant Rye grenade. This one looks gnarly.
I no longer want this.
And he, with a lupine athleticism, actually leaps over the crates in front of him. Well, I'll give him the D20. If he rolls a nat 1, he trips like a dick. He rolled a 10. He's fine. He's going to leap over, and he runs kind of towards the middle, making sure to avoid the obvious pit traps. And what is his speed? He's got to have a bigger speed, right? He's a wolf. Wolf's got to be faster. Come on, Starfinder, help me out here.
Probably not.
No, probably not. They haven't been giving everyone. Where is your base speed? Oh, they didn't. I don't clearly see it. Speed 30 feet. There it is. Ah, damn. All right, so he'll stop there, and he chucks what looks to be a much more advanced grenade at you guys. And that's going to be a distance of 5, 10, 15, 20. What is the range on this bad Larry? Because if the range is big enough, I actually don't have to throw it that far. Range is 25 feet. All right. I guess I can roll.
Don't
Roll
roll
above a 5.
I just roll above a 5, right? He's going to pitch it. Oh, can I get you all? I don't think I can, right? You're not within 25 feet of a center area, are you? 25 gets you?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, fine. You'll chuck it
But
there, and that's it is 25 feet, so I need to make 10
Yep,
feet?
make it 10, yep.
Okay, all right. He doesn't actually have a strength mod, so he could screw this up. Let's see. Actually, if he screws it up, he's just going to hit himself, and it looks like Seeker and Miller, I think, which would be funny. We roll a 14, and I said he's got no strength bonus, so he didn't make it because it needed to be 15. Is that what it was? No.
You're fine.
Oh, okay, 10 made it?
Yeah.
All right, I need you guys to make reflex saves. His dexterity is +3, and the level of this grenade was 17. So cut that in half, and it's 8. So 8, 9, 10, 11. Looks like you need to make a save of 21.
All right, so
I didn't.
this plus 9 is 21.
All right.
22.
I rolled a 1, so not me.
And mine was only a 17.
All right, the damage I have for this is 4d12.
Ouch.
So I'm gonna go ahead and find that die as soon as there we go. For some reason, I only have one d12 in my entire kit over here. Yeah, 4d12 non-lethal and to stagger. So I'm gonna roll this 4 times. All right, that's max damage. 12 plus 3, which is 15, plus 6, which is 21, plus 11, which gets you up to 32 points of damage for everyone who didn't make the save.
5 bite. Okay.
Notice I'm having to use like basically level 17 character level items to actually do this to you guys. I don't.
How much
You don't
damage did you
really-
do?
What was it? 31?
32.
32? 32. What's your HP remaining, guys?
I still have 14 stand.
Jesus.
22 stamina, and then my full hit points.
All right.
Let's see.
Not looking as hot. Just drop him down a pit.
If I could get them to go into the pit, I totes would.
I've got 17 health left.
All right,
The
so
two guys what joined me, were those the ones that I set on fire?
Yep.
Cool.
Now,
I take credit for both of them.
now, would Pat be, or would Rye be taking damage from an explosion, a 5-foot explosion?
No, he's actually
Just-
literally under the ground.
That's what I
and
thought.
the door shut.
And
What's
he's probably
happening?
under like a foot of steel.
Yeah.
And a foot of bodies.
He's well. Yeah.
Probably 2 feet of bodies.
He's actually well protected. He should just take a nap. I tried to get him to just take a nap. All right.
I am taking a nap, but this one's by choice.
I've got the clear guy. Let's see. He says, "This is taking too long," and he sprints up. This is the Vex we were talking about before, and he's gonna move. Don't mind my counting, guys. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 30. Oh, I made him way big. 40, and he's doing a double move, obviously. So 50. This is technically 60, so he gets to there, and he's basically sprinting towards Dustinian, who is prone on the floor. Next up is Rye, who is under 2 bodies, pinned by a makeshift sword spear, or spike would be probably the better word for it.
The best thing that I can think to do is
Tell your team to surrender.
no, they can do what they want. Like they're gonna listen to me. Would I be able to feint an attack?
Excuse me.
Yes. So you
You
hear me
do
out
not
here.
have line of sight on anyone.
It doesn't say I need it in the book.
Literally, if it doesn't make any physical sense to work.
No. No, I'm not saying like I throw a fake punch into the air, but what I'm saying is, so it utilizes a bluff check, right?
Okay.
And I have access to the intercom, right?
Yep.
I can hypothetically threaten and lie that I found a some sort of boom gun. I'm just gonna go for it
Okay.
in an attempt to kind of startle and freak out the wolf guy.
Sure.
Okay. Then over the walkie-talkie you hear, "Hey guys, found some sort of big boom gun." But I don't say I'm trying to startle them. All right, and then that's a DC 15. No, I'm sorry. The DC of the check is equal to 10 plus your opponent's sense motive, total skill bonus, or 15 plus 1.5 times the opponent's CR, whichever is greater. I roll a D20 plus my bluff, which is kind of high.
So what is my role to be? Because he's got a sense motive of plus 18.
Oh,
And he's got to beat a 28, it sounds like.
So I got to beat a 28. Still possible. All right, so it's D. All right, hold on. I lost my window because I'm down to 1 monitor.
This character is
hold
the only one in the room who's appropriately leveled to you guys. Actually, technically, NPCs are the one level
This
higher. I
plus
think.
1, so 19.
Not quite. He
and you roll low. Damn.
he snarls over the intercom. Enjoy shooting yourself. He thinks he's funny. He's not.
I thought it was funny.
I enjoyed it.
Over the intercom, you hear a deep chuckle.
Okay. With my since I can't move, I'm gonna utilize my move action to attempt to push the bodies off of me. It would just be D20 plus 1. I rolled a 7. Next go.
Yeah, I lied. Actually, this guy is an envoy. I was like, why are his skills so high? Because medicine, diplomacy, piloting are all really high. He is an envoy. I just didn't read his class.
So get him
That
did work that one time.
Use it, but,
That's not. Never mind.
what's not?
It's not what I said, but okay.
What's not what you said? Oh, the envoy. I'm just using stats for the envoy. I was wondering where.
Oh,
You
okay.
didn't give me
All right.
stats. I didn't build the character. He's just an envoy. He's whatever you canonically built him as. We'll say he is. I don't have stats for it. So I'm
Gotcha.
using this as an-
Got it.
Wouldn't it be great if we killed the one NPC that you created?
Well, created is a strong word. Named and raced is about all I could get out of Nick, but that's okay. All right, Rye, you're there. Next up,
Boy, am I
let's see.
sticking around.
the guy green who slammed the button that shut the door says, "Rourke, I'm just gassing the room. This is taking too long. And they didn't give up this time." He elbows a button behind him. And from vents throughout the room, gas begins to fill. It's the same kind of acidic gas that has a bit of a neurotoxin tucked in there. And he, as a action, kind of equips like a mask over his face, a breathing mask. But he still tries to stay away from the gas as much as possible. And he, I'll say the elbowing it was a move action. He'll take a shot at, we'll call it Miller. Yeah, sure. He takes a shot at Miller. He rolls a nothing and misses. We're down to Miller. You're up.
I overcharge my shot and fire right back at him.
Perfect.
I'll be aiming for the green guy that's like right in front.
That's the one. He's the one who just elbowed the button, and he vented gas into the room.
First off, move action, changing the target, and then overcharge shot.
Perfect.
Target range. A nat 20.
Oh no.
Describe your kill.
Against all of them.
Oh, no, he's the only
so
one.
I just rolled 2d10 twice. 2d10
Okay.
plus 6 twice.
Yeah, I'll give damage to the other two.
Plus 6 twice?
Oh my god, yes you do. 44 damage.
Okay, and how is that 44 damage to all of them?
Yeah.
Okay. I will give you the green one, and everyone else is like they begin. You know what? I'll say that you blow off one guy's arm and he's still standing.
I overcharged, so an additional 3.
3? How much the total?
47.
47.
You know what? I don't think Starfinder has rules for like the excessive damage does like a murder kind of thing. I'm gonna give it to you. Your gun just tears through them, and it's like a rapid fire gun or is an explosive round.
Oh, it's explosive.
So the shot hits right through this guy's glass faceplate or like the mask they just put on for the smoke, and it detonates. But the other guys are so close, having just run into the room, that the explosion blows different limbs off of all of them. It is just carnage at this door. Blood splatters the wall behind them. Limbs go flying, and these 4 guys all drop to the floor dead. Rather, when I say drop, they flop and slide and pool onto the floor dead.
That was for you, Captain. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay. And let's see. That brings it to he's dead. That brings it to he's dead. That brings it to he's dead. Dustinian is passed out. He's dead. I don't know why the guy at top never got an action. I guess I don't have. Oh, I never put him in. I'll put him in here.
Someone didn't pay attention to the tornado.
No, I didn't actually write him in there.
Oh, actually, yeah. If it helps too, they're burned for 1d8 too.
They would have died probably then. Anyway. They have 52 health technically. So yeah, you done good. This guy, let's see, what is he going to do? You know what? What's another grenade that's an appropriate level? Let's do. Screw this, Rourke. I'm not taking this anymore, and I don't want to entangle you. I'll just throw. He throws the same grenade Rye had, the fire grenade, the incendiary grenade.
Incendiary too.
Yeah, let's take it. He doesn't have to make it very far, right? He's only 30 feet away. He rolls an 18. He has at least a strength bonus of 2, so it's 20. So he gets it over to you. Give me a reflex save 0.
13.
13. That is not enough based on his dexterity and the item level, or half the item level. He makes 10 points of damage. Oh, sorry. Is it 2d6 then plus 6 fire damage? So 10 points of damage from the explosion and another 6 points of fire damage, right? Or yeah, that looks like the math that Rye used.
Sorry, I was muted. So it's going to burn for that much. Or I'm sorry, it's going to be the 10 damage, and now he's on fire.
Oh, I have to roll the fire damage separately.
Yes.
You're saying?
Yep.
Oh, okay. All right, my bad. It's only 2 points of fire damage then.
All right, so
that'll be the burn. So that's a total of 6, 10, 12 damage. 2 of it being fire.
So at the start of his turn, he takes the 2 fire damage, and he's on fire for 2 damage each round until he saves.
Okay. And that was red guy that got added in after. We're at the bottom of the order. Do we get any more orders over the intercom?
Come on, crew. You should be able to take them down much faster than that.
If you look around the room, there's several body parts.
We're doing okay, right, guys?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Where did that come from?
Yeah.
Rourke thumbs his intercom and he says, Captain, send in B team and have C ready by the door. Also, I'm pulling out. We're just going to gas this place. Hopefully they don't get overdosed. I don't care anymore. And he throws the comm onto the ground. And Zero, you're up.
I'm going to double move to the button and shut off. the
Jesus
gas.
Christ.
Holy crap.
So what happens is, I don't know if any Gundam fans are here. He Trans Ams from what is that? Gundam 00? Is that what it is? I think it is. It basically
Yeah.
glows a slightly different color as the Bionic Man runs through the entire hangar, hops nimbly over 3 boxes in a row. I'm just going to allow it, and he slaps the gas button. He has to wipe away some blood before he does it, but he does actually manage to prevent the gas from going out. Yeah. Okay. Jesus.
And that's it for my turn. obviously.
Seeker, you're up.
All right.
You're no longer staggered.
Okay. I didn't get staggered from that last grenade.
Oh, I'm so sorry. That does have stagger on it. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. You are staggered. My bad.
So, still not feeling too good. He's definitely hurt as well.
Well, actually, in that case, it would have changed my turn because I got hit by it too.
Yeah. Yeah, let's actually tail it back because I'd actually like next.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? I forgot to have you because can I have you guys all save? Make it a what's the save for poison in this?
Even if-
It's
Fortitude.
Fortitude. Yeah, give me fortitude saves actually at the
This is
top
the
of the order.
corrosive one too, right?
What was that?
This is the corrosive one, so even if we don't have to breathe it.
Yeah. You'll be taking damage. You guys won't be necessarily unconscious, but you'll be taking damage.
This +5.
I'm assuming that's not filling up the
21.
bottom.
No, you're good.
Did you say fortitude?
Yeah,
8.
fortitude.
21.
21. You
Ooh,
make the
nat
save.
20.
High five.
Make the save.
I did
And
not.
0. All right.
So I'm just gonna move back for now.
The corrosive damage for you will be 5 points of corrosive damage. What's
Alright.
your health at now? You're probably still fine, huh?
So that's gonna put me at 5 after I take the 2 fire damage.
5 health total?
5 stamina points.
No, yeah, down.
And what's the save for? Is it a reflex save to put out the fire, or is it something else?
Probably reflex. Go ahead and make it. I'm sure you'll be fine.
18. I imagine that makes it.
Yeah, you're fine. You pat it out. What were you gonna do instead of run to the door since you are staggered? Thank you, Justin.
I will make the trick attack on him.
Okay.
Never mind. Just an attack.
Okay.
Trick attack's a full thing. 27.
That's gonna hit. Roll damage.
5 damage.
All right, that puts him. He's sustained. That's 253 points of damage so far. You're doing good. After 0, Seeker, what were you doing? Sorry, I know I interrupted your turn.
Yeah, so Seeker's still not feeling good.
You are allowed to surrender. It is on the table.
Can surrender, but you know what? The rest of the group isn't surrendering, so he's not gonna. And he kind of focuses his attention on the whatever they call it, the wolf guy.
Blacka, named
Blacka.
of Rourke.
And he's gonna desperately send a magic missile his way. At least I can go out looking pretty cool. And just throws some magic missiles that aren't quite as nice looking as he usually does because he just doesn't have time for that. So it's a little disappointing in that case. So that's just gonna be a 2d4 plus 2 damage.
Do it up.
Not all that much, but still. 7 damage.
That puts him at taking 60 total points of damage. He's definitely not looking good. He kind of takes it in stride, and he just glowers at you, blood pooling still from his ear where Miller had kind of exploded his face. Was 0 or Miller exploded his face a little bit? It was 0.
Rye with his exploding crate.
No.
We've
Someone
pretty
shot him in
all-
the ear. It was 0.
We've all done it.
He's got the scar on his ear. It's the Vlaka's turn. He just turns and he kind of like runs again, a little bit weird. I think they've got reverse legs. Is that right? I don't have the art up. Nope, they got normal legs. Yeah, he kind of turns and just sprints out of the room. He leaps over the body of his comrades, and as soon as he gets out of these hangar bay doors, you hear a loud click, and all of the metal plates on the floor become electrified. And you hear the Vlaka's voice over the comm, and he says, "I was trying not to damage the meat." I'm going to say, for the sake of brevity, because it's already 10:17, because we started a half hour late, you guys all end up taking some damage from this. You are not going to be fully healed when you guys get to the next portion of it. I'll give you guys an arbitrary amount of damage. Had you guys gone peacefully, you would have saved the damage. Had you guys been knocked out with their standard tactics, it would have been fine. But Starfighter doesn't really do non-lethal. That just doesn't work. Unless non-lethal doesn't hit your stamina, but I don't know. Otherwise, I don't see how you could ever kill someone with non-lethal or knock someone out. It just doesn't seem viable. You guys did a tremendous job here, and that will come into play. You guys killed 12,
Hello.
4 and some suicides that I'm crediting to Rye, because that's how he gets kills.
Hey, man.
Die hard
Works,
fans.
works.
So you got 6 murders right there, which is not bad considering I had stacked this guy's late against.
We didn't want those guys anyway.
As you fall unconscious, you guys are unknowingly, B team comes in after the room is de-electrified, smoke is cleared, it smells of barbecue and nastiness in here. You are all strapped into these ad hoc metal gurneys that click into your bodies, like over your bodies, kind of like just metal restraints, and you are given some medical attention as you are wheeled into another room. After a couple of hours, you begin coming to, slowly at first, but eventually you all struggle to consciousness. Bleeding, electrified, slightly burning from the corrosive acid, all sorts of out of your element. This whole event didn't take that long, from being swallowed by the massive pirate ship and then being forced out of your ship and into this interaction. You guys have been all sorts of spun around. As you guys open your eyes, you are met by a single figure. You can see that there, if you kind of lift up from your beds, which is hard for you to actually look up, you might see that there is a familiar looking Vlaka in the corner with his arms crossed. Otherwise, the figure walking in front of you looks very different. Justin, could you throw up our new image while Nick describes his character?
So it's a character, and that's it. No.
Descriptive.
Our audio cast, or our audio listeners, need way more than that.
Right. So my character is a Marikoi, also known as Goku Race, for those of you familiar with Dragon Ball. He is a very simian-esque humanoid with a prehensile tail that he can use to manipulate objects. He wears a turquoise captain's garb of days of old, very inspired by the classic pirates, if you will. And yeah, that's it.
To give that outfit a little bit more, that trench coat is teal with some nice, looks like cream trimming. It almost looks like a rye quality jacket, kept really nice. His hat is like almost like an old-timey Western hat, like a hunter's hat or something like that. And he's got like a fancy peacock feather kind of thing coming off of a leather buckle around it. He's a fancy-looking fellow. Did you describe the eyes yet? Because I found the eyes the most unsettling.
Yeah, so the eyes, the best way I can really describe them is they're kind of like what you would see on a fly, but not quite as textured. They're very insect-like, but they're very smooth.
Yeah, so where the eye has like the facets, that's like how they see different angles. This is just one. It's just a bulbous eye, but it's got that kind of, I like that. That's a kind of got that gross blackness to it. It's definitely not a standard, humanoid pupil eye. I don't think they have pupils, or is that artistic shading there?
They do not have pupils.
Okay, yeah, they don't have pupils. Did you talk about his tail?
I did not.
Okay, please. I don't know. I assume you don't have everything set up there, but how the tail?
I was going to give a bit of flourish, but as he's walking towards the group or pacing by them, however this room is set up, he lifts up his tail and activates his weapon, which is a Solarian weapon that is of the energy of a red star, and it appears to be almost quite trident shaped, but more of a actual sword as opposed to a trident.
More of a blade with a hilt guard, but like an
Right.
aggressive hilt guard. If you guys want to see that art, we'll be revealing it on Twitter officially tomorrow. So again, at NSTPcast for my audio folks who'd like to see it. You guys might have to scroll back. I will hashtag it as Tailblade because I'll get his last name right. So that way, if you guys want to check it out, hashtag Tailblade, and you'll see our new art.
It will also be on the Instagram
And Discord. Right?
Discord. I don't remember the Instagram's name. Is it just?
It's NSTPcast.
Okay, perfect. On Instagram, check out NSTPcast. Discord, which is just bit.ly/neverdiscord. Nick, does your character? Sorry, what was that?
I was gonna say, are characters conscious?
Yeah, you guys have slowly struggled with the consciousness. You are in like these medical gurneys that have slowly been brought upright, so now you can kind of see better this room that you're in. It is like a converted dungeon inside of their spaceship. Like it's the brig, but they made it look nasty and gross and old. But it looks like it's textured.
Did they remember to get the captain?
Excuse me?
Did they remember to get?
Oh, yeah. They had to they had to pry you out, but like you were like still struggling when they came. So they actually used a hypodermic needle to put you under. You were
Guess that works.
pleasant. They were laughing and sniggering. One guy said, "Oh, Davey," but everyone else was like, as they were pulling them off of you.
Not Davey.
Nick's character walks into the room, and Miller just, hey, you.
Me?
Pointing to Nick's character.
Oh, okay.
Hey.
Yes,
Marco.
small one.
Belts are supposed to be around the waist, you dirkin idiot.
Referencing the belt strap around his hat. I like it. Nick, this is your show. If you need direction, just ask for it. But how do you introduce yourself to the party?
Let me just get. I didn't have anything typed up, but I got like my reference over here, so I should be good.
You lot must be the pact breakers I've been hearing so much about. Fortunately, you are all going to fetch a high price on Eox. You
That's
can
why
refer.
we can't kill you idiots, the Vlaka says from the corner.
You messed up my train of thought.
You can refer to me as Dren Tailblade. You don't have to repeat the first name. But
That's Captain Dren to you lot.
you'll be spending your next couple of days aboard my ship, the Burning Eclipse, as we transport you. Except for you.
I point over to Miller.
Is it because I said that your hat looks like a pair of pants?
The Vlaka in the corner sniggers.
He gets it. He gets it.
We've got something special in mind for you. A bit of a request.
What kind of request?
Somebody wishes to see you, I guess.
He just dropped
Don't-
character.
Don't worry, boss. I got this one. And the Vlaka stands up, pushes a couple buttons on your gurney, and you start to get lowered back into the transport. And he starts wheeling you out of the room.
Let me guess. Krellis?
Any last words to your friends?
Well, I guess we all got to make a meet on Makers at some point, huh?
Don't worry. You'll be taken care of real well.
Oh, I'm sure. Krellis is the best bounty hunter on this galaxy. Don't know why he had to hire you folks to get me.
Know your place, rodent. And he starts wheeling you out of the room.
That's rude.
Over the shoulder, he says, I wouldn't make the Eoxians wait. I'd get this lot over to them now. And if you're gonna get that higher price, Captain, bring him yourself. Don't trust any of these other idiots.
I'll make sure the deed's done. We'll be eating well for a while.
Aye, aye, Captain. And he drags Miller out of the
I like
room.
the sense motive on that.
I cleared some of the guys in your room. You could eat them.
What were you sense motive?
Uncultured swine.
What's the sense motive there, Zero? What are you sensing?
The moment he said, "You make sure you do it in person."
Yeah, sense motive there. Go for it.
17.
Let's see what his bluff is. 5. There was definitely an undertone there where he really, really, really wants Captain Dren to in person deliver you to the Eoxians, and it seems a little out of place.
Uncharacteristically, Zero puts a little smirk on his face.
Perfect. That's weird. Fucking internet breaks. I cursed again. I got to get out of the supernatural. I got too used to cursing on screen. Sorry, guys. That was spoopy. Miller, I'm going to do this pretty quickly with you. I was going to make everyone take their headphones off, but basically I'll be telling you guys to go good night, so I'm not going to do that. Miller, as the burning eclipse takes off to Eox, where you guys are already en route to, you are taken in a small shuttle by Rourke and a couple of hand-picked crew members that escort you onto a shuttle that jettisons off. It's a small shuttle. It's not meant for long trips. You are going in system at least. The trip for you takes probably the better part of a day, and the pirates for the most part ignore you. Like, they don't listen to you. They actually,
when I'm just insulting them and making their lives just spoopy in general.
at some point they do have to shut you in a closet by yourself where they have like some old paint fumes, hoping it'll pass you out or cause you to pass out or something. They can still hear you because it's not like that big of a ship, but they're
Oh
like,
yeah, you singing.
oh god, someone praising Nyarlathotep and just end it. So they eventually, after just trying to avoid you, they roll you out. You've been sitting there for a day. You've got as much rest as you can. You feel like garbage. You are still in a bad way. That electrocution coming from the floor really fried you. Your fur is still sticking up on end. You look like Brawl on any time you interact with Rye. You're eventually brought to another ship that seems to be just kind of loitering at mid-system. It's a bigger ship. It almost looks like it's been converted into a more space platform, in that it seems to have some things built onto it that you wouldn't see on a ship, like an extra landing bay built on the exterior of the ship, and maybe even a couple of like prefab buildings plopped here and there. And as you're brought onto this landing pad, you're wheeled out. And you're slowly brought into the ship. There's atmosphere outside of the ship here. You're not on a planet. It's just this ship seems to be producing some sort of atmosphere. You're wheeled into the ship, and everyone you see here is a lot less rough around the edges than these pirates bringing you in. They're definitely type that aren't going to be seen in like the most populous regions of the universe. They seem to be shifty, and they definitely give you looks as you go by, but none of them say anything about this clearly wounded, chained up rat, Yosoki, as they bring you in. Eventually, you're brought to an office, and Vlaka raps 3 times, and the door opens to reveal Sal sitting behind a desk with a pile of junk and miscellaneous.
Am I still like wrapped up and everything?
Yes.
Oh. Hey, Sal. How's the kids?
Sal, for folks who don't know, is Yosoki that Miller sometimes worked for on Pistol, the pistol that is no longer there. Last seen being rocketed towards Eox aboard the engineering dome, which is part of the Pistol incident at the end of season 1. Part of the reason why Miller was on Eox was to rescue his friend Sal. Sal, the entrepreneur, seems to have done okay for himself. He nods at his friend Miller, and he says, kids suck. I got like 30 of them now, but they're all right. At least a couple of them look like me, right? That's all you can ask for.
I guess, yeah. I mean, that's about double than what I saw you from before. So you're doing pretty good for yourself. How'd you get here?
Well, I'm always one to make a deal, right? Can't pass up a deal.
Hey, you and me both.
I made a couple of shady deals on Eox. I made a couple of deals with people that were keeping us there, and some unscrupulous folks that were around us at the time, and I think you've met some of them.
Hmm.
I'm now a bit of a entrepreneur
Hmm.
here. I got my hand in a lot of pies, and almost none of them are legal anymore, which I have to say I'm a little ashamed of myself. I used to
Well,
run a very
my life now.
upstanding thing. Yeah, about your life now.
Yeah, well, to be quite honest, I expect this door to open up to a pistol in my face. So already I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah. Rourke, you can take your henchman and get out of here. I'm sure your captain will be looking for you.
Yeah. Say hi to I don't know, Pants Head or something.
Rourke chuckles and chuffles, chortles to himself, whatever little noise he makes as a wolf, and he says, I don't plan on seeing that piece of spoop ever again. You got it, Sal. By the way, you need anything else from the burning eclipse? Send it by way of Rourke. And he walks out, leaving Miller behind. Sal says, Real truth, kid. I know you want to go back there, and you'll notice I didn't get you out of your table yet, your little gurney there. I can't have you go back there. I know you got friends there. I know that sucks. Know that I'm working on it, man. I'm trying to get those folks I left behind from the engineering dome. A lot of them are still alive, by the way. I'm working on it. Trust me. I got angles. These hands and these pies ain't for nothing. It looks like I'm working with the Eoxians. I get it, and it's gross, and I don't like it. But I got an end game. But I can't have you on there screwing shit up. You
All
got
right.
Krellis on you with a big old bounty that gets bigger by the day now. Oda Shen, that big old Vesk you done made mad when you killed her son, she coming for you. And I need you to get away from Eox, or else I'm never going to get this done.
All right.
But I got another job for you.
Sure.
But I'm not going to untie you until I know you're well on your way. I'm going to send you out in a ship. It's all right, ship. It's nothing fancy. It's what I got available. I'm going to send you to the drift for a couple of days, far away. Hopefully I can have some things sorted out with your friends. Maybe they're dead. I'm sorry about that if it is. They shouldn't have come here. What I need you to do, connect with some of my associates. You're going to be my point man. You have been before. I know we didn't work that closely together, but you've always been a good person. You're always a good person in a team. Putting you in charge of a group. I know there have been some resistance groups popping up here and there because this Gerson Sphere Border Space Union BS in the Pact world isn't going to fly. We're not having it. Pirates run where merchants used to. This is garbage. We're not going to go for that. I need you to be the point person. You're going to bring these groups together. I've got some missions that are going to help you get equipped. I got some sources that are going to hopefully help get Krellis off your back. And you're going to just keep on moving, keep on building these groups until when we get to it, you're going to be a hammer that smashes these pact worlds. You'll be the damn pact breaker when I'm done with you. But I got to get you away from here for now. You got that?
Yeah, when do I leave?
Right now. I'm going to have a couple of my boys come wheel you out. I'll give you a little crew.
I'll go peacefully if you want to undo me.
Listen, I trust you, boy, but you're smarter than I am, so I'm just going to keep you there for a little bit.
Fair
I know
enough.
if you needed to get back, you'd get back, but trust me, I'm trying to save you from that damn bounty hunter. You don't know what you pissed off there.
Yeah, I know enough.
Get you out of here. You're going to be all right, I hope. And we'll figure it out after that. Here, I got a comm for you. He comes, he walks over, he tucks it in one of your many pouches. He pats you on the shoulder, and he says, it was good to see you. I'm glad that they actually listened to me for once. I asked them to keep an eye out for you because I knew you were too dumb to stay away. Got a couple groups like them out and about, so they don't work for me, which I don't want you to think that because they're disgusting people. But again, hands in a lot of pies.
Yeah.
All right. He snaps. Somebody comes from a side room, starts wheeling your gurney out, and he says, "Yeah, best of luck, Miller. You got this.
Say hi to the wife and kids for me.
Yeah, I will. You're gonna make a different name for yourself out there, okay? It's
Will
not what
do.
you thought, but it's gonna be big. All right. See you later, Pact Breaker." And the door slides shut. You rolled off into a ship. There are another couple of Yosoki. They're probably nephews or cousins of Sal. You've probably seen them running around before. They load you up. If you want to name them later, you totes can. I think you can call his family. They board you up on a ship. It's a little ship. It's a junker. It's not much. It's not really combat ready, but they take off, take into the drift, and you're just sent hurtling for a bit. They chat you up. They eventually release you. And Miller kind of disappears into the stars, into the drift itself for a bit. Does Miller have any parting words as he thinks about his friends falling behind?
Put me on the spot.
Doesn't have to. You're not talking to anyone.
Yeah. You know what? I will make one more mill monologue in Discord.
Perfect. We get a Miller monologue in Discord. For folks watching, Miller is being retired, similar to how Brawl was retired. The reason why we kind of set this up as a little bit of railroady is because I wanted to have Miller an avenue out. He's still going to be working in the Pact Worlds. He's going to be an NPC under control of me, and he's going to help me out with some plot stuff later. That was coming either way, but now has Miller's face on it. The skitter shot comes into play probably a couple months, if I had to guess.
I think I said around. It was like around 8 or 9 months.
8 or 9 months, so almost a full calendar year after this. And Miller looks a lot different in that calendar year. That's where he's working with the Vesk and the Skittermanders, and this is kind of where that gets started. So if you want some continuation, now would be a great time to go on YouTube and find that skitter shot. Next week, we will be meeting Chris's new character. I'm not going to give any delay for that, and it'll be introduced in. I'm actually not sure. We'll figure that one out. Guys, I'm going to double back to the rest of the guys now. I want to get you guys set up. I had a lot more planned for this avenue, but I want to at least get you guys the scope of what comes next. I won't have the map ready because I didn't have, I guess I saved it on Incarnate and I didn't print it out anywhere or download it. I'll have that up next week and we'll open with that. But you guys eventually are brought with your new captain, Dren, or I should say your new captive, not captain, your captive or captor, that's the ticket, Captor Dren. Over a couple days, you guys hang out on the ship. You're brought to Eox, which is a big, dead, gross-looking planet. Actually, Justin, if you want to throw up roll 20 for a hot second, I'll put the map over to the Pact Worlds. And Eox is kind of there, a little off center. Planet looks like a dead, lifeless planet with a hole in it. Yeah, and that's pretty accurate because everyone there that's a native is a dead. They're a walking corpse. You guys are brought into, you're flown over the planet, and on the surface of the planet, you see something as you guys are kind of looking out, something that kind of shakes you a little bit to your core, because there, almost looking relatively untouched, is one of the dome structures that made up Pistol, just sitting on the surface of this planet. Next to this structure is a spire, ugly, technological-looking thing that just juts up into the dead atmosphere. And you guys are brought onto a landing bay on the spire. The dome itself is a massive structure. It housed, I think we said, was it 1 million or 10 million people? It's a large number of people, this dome at one point. It seems a little different than you last saw it, almost like it's smaller than you remember, but it's unmistakably one of the industrial domes that used to be a part of Pyramid Station Alpha, where this campaign started. You guys are brought similar style with these gurneys still all strapped in. You've been fed and relatively well taken care of. You've gotten some medical aid to heal some of your wounds. I'll figure out what your actual health is when we get down there. And you are brought into an office. Similar to Miller, but I guess a little bit more hostile, because in this office there are two beings. You've got Dren, who brought you there. I'm not counting him. You've got the three of you, which is Zero, Seeker, and Rye. And then sitting at a ostentatious desk, colorful with like transparent floating vid screens popping all over it. It looks like a TV network, but you can transparent can see through it. With a old school robot, looks less functional than pretty much any robot you guys have ever seen. Like a big, like bulbous looking thing with like a video screen, like dead in center, with almost like a circular chrome or like transparent head where you can kind of see some of the inner workings. Very like 50s sci-fi robot kind of thing. And the Eoxian, the dead thing behind the desk, stands up. He's wearing a fancy spacesuit. Reminds you of Justinian, who is curiously not with you guys. Justinian was not brought with you. You overheard some mutterings of space pirates, got to look out for space pirates or something like that, as he was wheeled away. This Eoxian wears, like, again, a nice, like, ostentatious face. He's got an actual cape hung over it, and it flourishes with a gold shimmer whenever he walks or flails with his hands. And he approaches you guys, and he says, "Oh, excellent. You have done a very good job, Captain Dren, bringing these to me. You're a little dumb because you could have gotten more money, I think, from maybe the Border Space Union, but I'll see to it your crew is paid very handsomely. My friend, my fellows, my pact breakers, My name is Saltazar, and my friend here is P3P3R, better known as Pepper.
Wait. PP? PBR?
P3P3R, Pepper, PPR. Oh, Pepper. However, Rye wants to do it. Rye's mouth isn't gagged yet.
It's wonderful to see you. Yes.
You, if
feeling
you've
good.
been watching any of our lovely broadcasts, will remember me or recognize me as the host for Eox's most exciting new show. We have had a stellar year since our show has started. We have gone off the charts. We've had a lot of turnover, so that's why I hire scum, such as my friend Dren here, to acquire new bodies. You are going to be the biggest attraction I have ever had. And yes, some of our sponsors are going to be right all pissed off that I'm bringing you in instead of giving it to them. But you know what? It is damn good TV. And good luck seeing them get in that dome. Know what I'm saying? Saltazar, Pepper, instead of talking, his screen lights up with some text like marquee scrolling across it. And it says, I know what he's saying. And it's. All right. You guys, you don't recognize me? None of you? I didn't see any glimmer. You don't want any autographs?
Do I recognize him?
You in particular probably would, actually, because you tried keeping up on like media in the Pact world as much as you could. This would definitely be like a pirate broadcast that you stumbled across, but it's the most popular. It's like the thing that everyone knows they shouldn't watch but does.
Can I make a culture check to know if I know anything he wouldn't want me to know?
The Saltazar? Yeah, give me a roll there. You probably might. And I guess that's more so you're not gonna be surprised because he's gonna tell you all anyways because that's his jib. Actually, I guess you would want to say anything. He's the host of it's called the Most Dangerous Game Show, and he says, "I am the host of the most
dangerous game show." Yes, I've followed all of you.
I have a 20 to.
Probably not. He's a little bit more circumspect than that.
So I say, no, I'm quite familiar with all of your shows, and I turn and give a face to the rest of the crew that could only be described as ugh. And I look back and say, surely you must, of course, be looking for me for a commentator position. I'm got a voice that can just, it's so good, and the face, it's also just so good. I understand why you'd but you could
enjoy games.
Me.
One thing I failed to mention, you guys are all wearing breathing, like full spacesuits, because this spire has no atmosphere because the Eoxians don't need it.
So just Rye is?
Sorry, just Rye. I forgot it was androids and Rye. You know what? Rye's got his goddamn stone up. He's fine. I guess you guys are all good.
Only me.
You are aware. Oh yes, the monkey has a spacesuit on. You guys are this just no atmosphere, just for future reference. It might come into play later potentially with some of your solutions. Salter says, "Well then, if you already know, then you understand a little bit about the game you're going to be a part of. It's a little bit Survivor in space, one of our past exploits. That was a little trite, I'll be honest. It's a little bit the really, really hungry games with a couple of a spin there. We've got a lot going on inside that little dome you helped send us, and I'm so happy that you did. I'm going to make so much money off of this. It's not even, I don't even need it. I don't need it. I'm dead. I don't care, but I loves it." Pepper's screen pops up. He really does. It's small text. It's like he says, "You guys are going to be contestants. I'll even make it fair. If each of you can earn a token from one of my events, I'll let you go. Rye, there are some events there that are perfect for a mug like yours. I recommend you check out the Church of Reality. That's going to be so much fun. Zero, the assassin I could find almost no information on. How weird is that? I think you got a couple of fights in there that really set the tone for you, but I don't think they use guns, so be careful. Let's see. Who else I got here? Oh, Seeker.
Ah, that's me.
Baby. What do I have?
Actually, the assassin, right?
Well, actually, I do. Funny that you say that. I have a friend for you in there. We picked him up trying to kill me. Isn't that so funny? He looks just like you. I don't. He was calling himself Nats or something like that. I didn't care. I dunked him in that dome and said bye. He's actually still alive after like a week, which is crazy. I'm really excited to see how long you guys last. I'm gonna. You know what?
I killed the last one I found.
Don't say that. Well, you know what?
Brad's not gonna like what happens next.
Was it gruesome?
He exploded.
Nice. See, this is why I'm bringing you guys on. You bring drama everywhere you go. I love it.
You know, this could be fun.
You've got a lot of opportunity. I hear you're a bit of an artiste. And let me just say, you can paint that town red, or, well, I'll be honest. I want to be honest with you guys up front. I've made some renovations of your dome. There was a lot of buildings and people in the way, so I just kind of renovated. I did a whole wrecking ball, some terraforming.
Does Rice Oven still exist?
Does what?
Rice Oven LLC.
Rice
Or was
Oven
that the
LLC.
other dome?
I'm pretty sure that was that one place in Central Dome. One of the very few places you guys didn't get sent out into the Pact Worlds. Good for you for saving some people, you goddamn mass murderers. Good job. Nope. All you got here is those scummy folks that couldn't get up to the upper tiers. Lovely detritus of your Pyramid Station Alpha, a bunch of elitist pricks. I am going to enjoy you guys going on this much. I'm going to send you down now. I will give you guys. I'll give you guys a choice of starting points, and yeah, your goal is to survive, which is not going to be super easy, but you know, we'll see what we do. The Border Space Union is going to want to get you guys out of there somehow. I'm going to make them send contestants in. I got this all planned. I'm so excited.
At what point in time do we make you permanently dead?
Permanently dead? Well, if you can get out, get enough weapons, take on my bizoy here, Pepper, a combat pep droid, I like to call him. He's my yes man. It says yes man rolling through. You know what? Come at me. I got cameras here and here and here. And guess what? I downloaded that footage from that hangar bay where your little rat friend nuked a bunch of fellas. I'm going to play that on repeat, especially the part where those dudes fell on you in the pit. That was hilarious. That's going to be my advertisement for the next season of...
Guys, that wasn't funny.
Dangerous.
I didn't get to see that part.
All right. Before I send you into the dome, returning to the dome, how excited is that? Many happy returns. Where would you guys like... any questions for me? Anything I can answer for you?
Where did you get that lovely coat?
Can I make a request?
I'll answer Rye first, but Seeker, I got you.
Can this putz come with? And I point at the pirate.
Ooh, my perceptive captain. Truly a captain among captains, am I right? Yeah, he's already on the list. Your boy, Rourke, he totally sold you, man. Your crew's getting paid handsomely, but you're going into the pit. I hope that's okay with you.
Great.
And then as you kind of like, I don't know, move your tail at all, Pepper actually begins to unfurl himself. And it's basically just Gatling gun after Gatling gun after swish blades from some other arms and another lower tier of arms that one gouts fire and one breathes out smoke that looks frosty. And it's like, if you have any complaints, that's the complaint department. The sign is still the only thing visible, really, and it says complaint department.
I start to walk towards it.
You are in a gurney still, quite sealed.
I start to lean towards it.
Okay. All right. Dren, if you be a good boy, I'll let you guys keep all your equipment because I'll be honest with you, it's really more fun when you actually survive for longer than 10 minutes. Just know the dome still as indestructible as you left it, you know, unless you hurtle it into a planet at speed. That was pretty cool. I got videos of those too. You know, your boy Brawl, who seems to be not with you outside and about. Couldn't find the rats, Dren. Come on. Your boys that smashed into his little hometown there. I played that up for some good feels. Good feels. God, it's good to be dead. All right. Other questions, guys? When you start up, I'm going to give a big old broadcast, so you'll hear a little bit more about the show. But for now, no, you got to get tokens, and I'll let you out. And honestly, any of you get tokens, I'll let you come out one at a time. That's cool for me. If you want to be like touchy-feely, you can get them all together. That's cool.
I've got a question.
Of course, Seeker. Oh, the coat, right. The
Well-
coat was Dead Guys Are Us. It's actually,
wow.
yeah, you got to go past the living quarters, as they call them.
I hear they're out of business now.
I was say I thought they closed.
No, well, yeah, I got my sources. Pepper says eBay. Oh, sorry, Speebay.
Speedbay.
Uh,
Why
yeah.
does everybody that wants to kill me want to give me tokens?
I don't know what to tell you. When you say token, you know I didn't mean like a coin, right?
Or
Oh,
bits.
No, not bits. It's a trophy. I'll be honest. They're little trophies. I bought them at the gift shop. No one's earned any yet. They've tried, and there's a couple of folks who are just kind of making do. But yeah, you're not alone down there. Trust me. Just most people want to kill you. Especially, excuse me. Especially when I tell them all you're the pact breakers. Oh, that's gonna be the best part.
You see, I'm not a pact breaker.
No, you're a filthy pirate that captured at least a good dozen of them, right? Right?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. How many people have I paid you for? Oh, so delicious. I'm so happy for this. No other questions then, folks?
Can we
All
start
right.
at the same spot as him?
What was that?
I'd point over at Trent and I say, can we start in the same spot as him?
As your pirate friend?
Well, pirate.
You want to start as a group? Let's go split you up.
Oh, I'm gonna
Alright.
kill him real quick.
You know what? I won't split the party. I'll just send you all down there. That's all right. We'll do that. I'll let you guys pick it on the way. I seen this new game they got going where you get in like a big ship and you drop with a parachute. We're gonna try that, but I'm not gonna untie you. So your friend there, your pirate friend's gonna be the only one with hands. Hopefully he pulls your shoots. I'm so excited. All right. If you've got no other questions, Pepper, do you want to lead them on down? And as you guys are piling up, this has been Salt and Pepper. You guys have been watching live as new contestants are entered into the fray. Tune in next time when we talk way more shop. Also, Bowel and Dismembering is now 20% off. Just head on down to Dead Guys Are Us 2, The Squeakquel. Thank you very much. And that's where we're gonna have our episode fade to black.
as we're being wheeled out, Seeker just says, "I can't wait to kill that guy."
Me too, buddy.
We should have made some bets on ourselves.
Oh, that's on yourselves. There might still be time for that. This was supposed to be a little bit of a longer thing. There's a whole map I do have made up that's just like zones. We'll talk about that a little bit more next week when we pick up. We'll be doing 8:30. We'll hopefully have the overlay all sorted out by then. That one has room for Roll20, so I can actually show you maps and things like that. Thank you guys for bearing with us and being late. We're about to go into the after show hangout for that. Do you guys have any parting remarks for now? All right, and well, it might be fun. Be like Saltazar and never split the party.
Yeah, Miller.
Yeah, Miller.
Yeah, Dren.
Yeah,
Tuck Miller away from the party.
Yeah. It's him too. All right, J-Man.